Hello, my name is Tanner Kuth, retired Staff Sergeant from the United States Army Infantry. Served 10 years from 2001 to 2011. It's been a long road the last 15 years since the injury. I've dealt with high suicidal ideation. I struggled, with my relationships, and at times I've struggled with raising my kids, doing the right thing, fighting, urges to lose my temper, stuff like that. I know can be tied to, the trauma and all my military service. So all of that led me to seeking help with Brothers Keepers Veterans Foundation after I heard Chris on a podcast talking about his success and still dealing with suicidal ideation. It just really resonated with me. And through BKVF, I've been able to, make some good connections and get some help that I otherwise wouldn't have gotten. About 2 years ago, I went to the golf tournament and met Chris after reaching out to him, and I just loved what BKVF was doing, and I wanted to be involved, not just to try and get some help that would help me deal with my lingering suicidal ideation, but also just giving me more purpose and giving back to the community that I care about. And unfortunately, just this past golf tournament, I got the call that one of my friends from 117 Recon Platoon, Josh Pinkham, had committed suicide. And it really hit me hard, especially on a day where we had already been talking about losing soldiers and what the mission of BKVF is, and it just added that immense weight to it. To see it happen in real time, to hear about it happening that day, just kind of shook a lot of people, and it really strengthened our resolve, because we've just got to get a handle on this stuff. Through BKVF and some of my connections, we were able to work with the Independence Fund, and they have a program called Operation Resilience, and they're going to bring us together hopefully at the end of October for a retreat and reconnection with the battalion. Bringing that battalion back together kind of fulfills one of Chris's biggest mantras, which is connection is prevention. We're going to be able to reconnect with guys that we haven't seen in 15 years, that we went through all this traumatic experience together. So when guys go through something like that and they go through it together, the bond that's created is immeasurable. This is going to be a great way to get these guys back together and hopefully prevent any more of these tragic losses that we've endured. And of course, BKVF, we're just going to be continuing to push this mission. A lot of people have injuries, shame, guilt that they're carrying, moral injuries from their deployment that people can't see. For me, obviously with my leg, people can usually pick up that I served in the military and that I probably lost my leg in the military. Almost everybody that sees me that ever says anything, they don't even ask. They just come up and thank me for my service before even knowing whether or not I served. It could have been a motorcycle accident, it could have been a car crash, but I must have a look. People are pretty sure they know how I lost it. So for me, it's different, because people are there ready to acknowledge that, to acknowledge my pain, to acknowledge my sacrifice. Whereas, guys that are carrying these moral injuries, same types of things that affect me, more than just the leg. It's the stuff. It's the internal stuff. It's the heartbreak. It's the shame. It's the guilt, the survivor's guilt, and even though another guy may not be missing a leg, he's still dealing with those same types of moral and internal injuries. So if you know someone, or you yourself are struggling, if you have suicidal ideation, depression, anxiety, if you're addicted to substances, if you feel like you're drinking too much, don't just carry those burdens yourselves. Reach out. It's important to know that you guys that are out there, if you have these types of issues, another thing that Chris likes to say is, Comparison is the thief of joy. You know, we don't want people to look at someone like me and say, well, that guy deserves help. I don't deserve help. Everyone that needs help needs to get help. Just because you may not be missing a leg doesn't mean that you're not worthy of our services. And we want to help you. We want you to seek help.